Since the making of this video, North Korea has once again completely suspended tourism just 3 weeks after reopening.
We're joined now by Mike, who is one of the first tourists to head into North Korea.
British travel influencer Mike O'Kennedy.
Yeah, I'm in North Korea.
North Korea has stopped letting tourists into the country just weeks after the first Western visitors were allowed back in. Authorities have not given a reason for the sudden suspension.
Welcome to another day in the bizarre world of North Korea. I would open the window to show you outside, but the windows are sealed shut to stop me from escaping. Rason, at North Korea's northeastern tip, sits uniquely on the border of China and Russia. This gives it a major strategic edge. It controls a stretch of the Sea of Japan, something that China does not have, and it hosts the only year-round ice-free port in the entire region, something that Russia does not have. I'm heading to a monument built by Kim Jong-il to honor North Korea's bond with Russia, unaware that I'm about to make a mistake that will cause me some pretty serious anxiety for the rest of the day.
Warmly welcome your visit. You should get inside first because outside is cool. So more introduction inside. Hello.
So we weren't allowed to take pictures inside the main room, but it was essentially just a lot of pictures through the years of Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un in their various meetings with Vladimir Putin. Now, they had this visitor's book in the Friendship House, and I was asked to write something. And like a friggin' 5-year-old on Christmas Day, I wrote, "I wish nothing but peace to the world." Because that's the kind of thing you write in a visitor's book. But it's safe to say that the North Koreans didn't take it very well. Thank you, Mr. Moon.
Okay. After.
What do you think?
Do you think this is the suitable writing here?
Well, it's like
It's like I thought you just.
it's like because there's peace between Korea and Russia. It's like peace. What do you think? Peace between countries, because this is a friendship house. If not, we can get rid of it. So behind me is the Russian, Korean, North Korean friendship house, built in 2002 after one of Kim Jong-il's meetings in Russia. He came back and he said, "I order the construction of a house to represent the friendship that we have between Russia." Now, I just got in trouble because they asked me to write a thing on a piece like a visitor's book. They said, "Can you write a message on the visitor's book?" And I said, "I wish nothing but peace to the world." And they looked at each other like, do you think that's an appropriate thing to write? And I was like, it's a friendship house. It's a friendship house. In hindsight, writing about world peace in a country that just a day earlier staged a spectacle with children dancing before thousands of intercontinental ballistic missiles was probably a bad idea. My guides likely saw this comment as a veiled critique of North Korea, suggesting that peace doesn't exist here. Was that how they interpreted it? I have no idea. I hope not. Sorry, I guess. There was only one thing that was going to quench my anxious thirst. A massive North Korean brewery. This is the beer that I've been drinking the past 3 days, and it's actually, surprisingly, really, really good. So this beer isn't just consumed here in the DPRK. Last year they actually exported 200,000 bottles to China and Russia. So if you go to China, you can buy North Korean beer.
Machine. Yeah. You clean the bottles here. Intruding process, fill up the bottles. This factory is famous for making a special liquor made of 100 kinds of flowers.
Where are all the workers? Day off today. Yeah.
Well, we gotta get. I guess I am.
You should have said Dansume.
Dansume. Dansume.
Are we doing Dansume?
Dansume.
Dansume.
This is the Taekwondo Centre here in Rason, DPRK. Taekwondo from kindergarten up until end of high school. Taekwondo is a compulsory lesson, activity, skill that has to be learned. Hi, 안녕하십니까? 안녕하십니까? Bye, bye. 안녕하십니까? I think for me, and probably most of the people watching this, the stuff that I'm the most interested in is everything that happens in between and outside of these stops. You know, Taekwondo thing, and then the beer thing, and the fucking whatever else factory. I'm super interested in everything else that happens between that. What's going on outside, in the farms, in the outside world, in the villages. I'm not allowed to see it. We get a little glimpse of it every now and then, and it's very, very interesting. And that's the real stuff. You know, I'm not saying that this isn't real. Of course it is. It's just tailor-made.
Finish him. Killing spree.
Bosh, yes dude, well done brother, well done brother, well done boys. The people of the DPRK live under a one-party system. Every piece of news they receive about their country and the world comes from a single source. In contrast, we have thousands of sources, but with so much information, it's hard to get a balanced view. In the past decade, ad-driven algorithms have made news more polarized, tailoring coverage to specific audiences. That's where Ground News comes in. It's a website and app that pulls in thousands of news articles daily, organizing them by story. Each story comes with a breakdown of political bias, reliability, and ownership. Take this story about North Korea suspending tourism. Over 30 outlets are covering it. Ground lets you compare headlines to see how different sources frame the same event. Daily Mirror, an outlet that leans left, frames the story as Kim Jong-un mysteriously closing tourism to a specific village. On the other side, the Daily Express, a right-leaning source, frames the story more broadly as North Korea making a sudden ban. And look, Fox News did a story about me. I'm famous, yay! One of my favourite features is their blind spot feed, which covers stories underreported by one side of the political spectrum. And it really helps me see news I wouldn't normally see on a day-to-day basis. As someone that travels to places with complex histories, I know how important it is to look at stories from different angles. Ground News helps me cut through the bullshit to see the bigger picture, so I'm not just getting one version of the truth. If you subscribe to my link in the description, you'll get 40% off their unlimited access Vantage plan, giving you access to every feature. If you want to support my reporting, subscribe to Ground News and take control of how you see the world. Considering I'm literally the first British tourist in over 5 years to step foot inside North Korea, the people that the Korean guides that we're with, who are part of the party, they work for the government, they're being very lenient. They are allowing me to take some videos and take pictures and stuff like that. When there's something that you're not allowed to see, they just say no, and you just go, yep, cool. You say, yep, cool. Thank you to Marshal Kim Jong-un. On that note, by the way, the Kim dynasty are like gods here. They're like God. They don't say thank God, they say thank Marshal Kim Jong-un. And you have to say Marshal Kim Jong-un. You can't just say Kim Jong-un. They're like gods, man. It's interesting. I was going to say weird. It's Saturday night. It's bitterly cold. Let's go get drunk on North Korean booze. How are you, sir?
Hi, sir.
Guys, nice to meet you. So this is the Sportsman Hotel, and it's where I'm going to be drinking tonight. It was the very first international hotel built here in Rason after it became the Special Economic Zone. and it was built in 1998. Apparently it's a pretty cool place. They got a cool bar and a billiards room and all that shit. So let's have a look.
Bars here.
These are both bars. They got double bars. One beer in each bar. What do you think?
One beer here, one beer.
One beer, exactly. Sorry. My camera's making all the lights bug out, which is really annoying, but this is a pretty cool bar, hey? Karaoke. Hello, sir. Hello. So I'm going to have dinner, but then after dinner, I'm going to sit at this bar and I'm going to try a wide range of North Korean alcohol and we'll give our opinions on it. Thank you. How are you? 안녕하십니까? Right, I don't know what that was about. Okay, I'm going to talk about food for like 30 seconds because I'm not good at talking about food. I'm only good at eating it. Overall, the food in North Korea was good, I guess. Nothing really to write home about. This was famous North Korean cold noodles, and this was like salmon with kind of like custard on it, which was pretty weird. And this was a flaming snail, which I guess is a thing. I don't know, I feel a bit weird talking about all this really, really lavish food in a country so notorious for its history of famine. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Alright. Okay, like that. Yeah.
They don't have that rattlesnake.
Do they have the rattlesnake brandy?
The brandy with a snake inside. I bought it in the bookshop. In the bookshop.
Yeah.
This one and soju. Yes, thank you.
Grape soju.
Grape soju, that sounds good.
Yeah, well, doesn't sound good for tomorrow morning.
So the lighting is really bad in here, but this song that's playing at the moment is the absolute #1 most recent chart topper to come in of #1 chart topper at the moment in North Korea, and it's called Friendly Father. Marshal Kim Jong-un, Marshal Kim, and it's about Marshal Kim Jong-un. Hi, how are you? Hey.
You know what this means?
No, I don't.
친근한 어버이 in Korean. 친근한 어버이.
And what does that mean?
Dear father.
Dear father, friendly father.
Dear father.
Dear father. Okay. And
Our great leader, General Kim Jong-un, you know?
yes, of course. Of course.
Dear father.
Of course. Interesting. You are from Rason?
No.
You're from?
You live in Pyongyang.
You live in Pyongyang. From Pyongyang. Cool. You're here on business or tourism?
We are tourists.
Cool. Nice to meet you. Thank you for translating for me. Have a great night. What's your name, sir?
Last name is Mr. Kim.
Mr. Kim, nice to meet you. Your English is excellent. My name is Michael.
Michael.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, brother. Thank you, sir. Thank you, brother.
Korean beer.
Yes, okay.
The famous beer is
Two. Okay, I'll have a look.
Daedonggang, Tumangang.
Okay. Tumangang, I've heard of Tumangang. That's a Pyongyang beer.
Pyongyang beer is Daedonggang.
Okay, I'll try to check it out. Thank you, Mr. Kim. Thank you, brother. So nice to meet you, brother. So nice to meet you. Right. We just had an actual, genuine interaction with someone from the DPRK. How cool is that? This is North Korean soju. This is the stuff that I got absolutely shit-faced on 2 nights ago. Oh, fucking hell. Dansume. I got a grape in mine. The funny thing about this bar is actually impossible to pour your own drink.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, the same business.
we just want a small one?
Yes, sir.
Let's drink for a piece.
Peace.
To peace. Yes, Mr. Kim. Long before North Korea became what it is today, it was a fierce defender of its people's freedom. In 1910, after just 13 years of full independence from China, Korea was annexed by Japan and turned into a colony. This sparked a wave of resistance movements across the country, with guerrilla fighters taking up arms against Japanese rule. Among them was Kim Il-sung, the grandfather of Kim Jong-un and the founding leader of North Korea. This. Oh, fuck it up. This is a cave that was used by guerrilla fighters when fighting against the Japanese imperialists in 1945.
Be careful.
Okay.
Yep.
Does it,
I can hear the sound of sleeping sound of being.
I'm the only hairy thing in here. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Quite deep.
This is a big climb, but it's an important one. Mr. Moon, my guide, says this path has its ups and downs, has its struggles, much like the road to revolution.
You see here the harbor, the bay, at home.
Beautiful. After 35 years of Japanese rule, Korea was suddenly left without a government when Japan surrendered in 1945. To keep things in order, the Soviet Union took control of the north while the US took the south, splitting the country along the 38th parallel. What was supposed to be a temporary arrangement quickly turned into a Cold War standoff, leading to the Korean War in 1950. After 3 years of brutal fighting, the war ended in a stalemate, locking North and South Korea into the permanent divide that still exists today. It's sad that this deep divide between North and South Korea and the total isolation of North Koreans from the rest of the world is a direct result of US and Soviet involvement after World War II. Behind me are some classic DPRK propaganda posters, and they'll say they don't have ads here, right? There's no ads for Coca-Cola and things because they don't have that here. Instead, they have propaganda posters that will say something to inspire the people. For example, we must unite to help build the farmlands or build the cities. And this is a main square here. These big circles are used for if it's a Marshal Kim Jong-un's birthday or something along those lines. There'll be big choreographed dances in big circles here. This is a big DPRK cinema house where they show the latest blockbusters. Welcome to a totally empty souvenir shop with about 25 people working here and no customers. 안녕하십니까? This is the rattlesnake brandy. I've got 2 bottles of this already, and I've got some North Korean home brand Coca-Cola. So we're going to do a little mixer later on. They got the tiger bones liquor. This is alcohol made from tiger bones. It's yeah. So I've heard about this in China. It might even be from China. Totally banned in the West, of course, because it's made from fucking the bones of a tiger. So this tiger bone liquor is actually used as a medicine. I've seen it in China before. They hunt and kill endangered tigers and then take the bones and use it for a medicine, which is about the most mental thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Here, another big selection of North Korean ciggies. The 727s that I bought, that I'm going to get a couple of cartons of, are the cigarettes that General Marshal Kim Jong-un smokes, and these are the working class versions. These are a bit more affordable. They've also got the Air Koryo cigarettes. Where are they? I can't see them, but Air Koryo, which is the national airline of the DPRK, North Korea, have their own brand of cigarettes. The next stop on the big North Korean propaganda tour. A pharmacy. I'm super hungover, and this is a pharmacy, so it's not that much fun. But if you are interested in a pharmacy in the DPRK, vitamin B injections, carbazochrome injections. One thing that they definitely do not have is contraception. Apparently, condoms and birth control do not exist in North Korea.
Is there like contraception in DPRK?
This is a bottle of rattlesnake, a bottle of North Korean rattlesnake whiskey. God. And I'm going to do a shot of it. I can't drink that. There's stuff. There's like mud in the lid. Oh my God, its tongue is stuck to the end. I know, it's just a piece of string. Oh my God. That is a rattlesnake. Oh God, I can't believe I'm about to drink this. Oh God. Oh no. Oh, there's little bits in it. What are they? If you've made it to the end of this video, and the end of this series, you deserve to see me suffer. That was one of the most disgusting things I've ever drank in my entire life. As I made my way back to China, a place so many people see as strict and oppressive but now felt like the freest place on earth, I couldn't help but reflect on the past 4 days. I only caught a small glimpse of North Korea, and that glimpse was controlled, carefully curated to show me the best of what the country has to offer, so I cannot claim to speak for the entire country. But before coming here, I had a preconception that this was a dark place, an evil place, an oppressive place. And politics aside, what I actually saw was something different. I saw a developing country. I saw a country decades behind the rest of the world, where people don't share the same freedoms that we take for granted. But I also saw people simply trying to live their lives. It's easy to paint a country with a broad brush, to define it by its government, its policies, or its place in history. But behind all of that are individuals. People with hopes, struggles, and families just like anywhere else. And if there's one thing I'm taking away from this experience, it's that the people of North Korea are not their government. They are not the system they live under. They are just people living in a country that is so incomprehensibly different from anything you and I can imagine.